$300?
Yeah, 300.
We got 3 kids. What I'm gonna do with $300?
You gonna get something to eat? Get some food? Go to Walmart? I don't know.
Dude, that's not even gonna cover a week. We got 3 kids.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because that's all I got.
Oh my.
I mean, next week I get paid, I can give you another $200, but that's all I can help you with. I'm sorry.
So what I'm supposed to do?
I don't know. Go get it from the dude you messed around with. I don't know. Go get it from
So
him.
no, is this like you being petty right now?
I'm not being petty. I mean, shit, you left. I mean, you did what you did. The guy mad at me, left, and so that's what you're gonna get.
So $300. That's all I'm getting.
Baby, look, I'm trying to start a whole new family, so that's what you're gonna get.
What? All right, can you get?
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth, as well as much respect and honors to the brothers that are pushing this truth in sincerity across the four winds of this earth and risking their lives and freedom to do so. I would also like to give much honors and respect to the brothers and sisters that are of the hopeful elect, that are doing their very best to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High to the best of their abilities. Shalom. As you saw in this video right here, you have this Eve. And here it is. She's complaining to the father of her 3 children because he gave her $300 to go towards groceries for that week. Okay, and she's complaining and she's saying that $300 is not enough money to feed those children for that week. Okay. Now, here it is myself personally. I have 2 boys, 2 healthy boys who love to eat. Okay, and I live out here in Maryland. Okay, and Maryland is an expensive place to live. And I go grocery shopping every week. Okay. And with that being said, $300, is a sufficient amount of money to go towards groceries to feed 3 children for that week. Okay. But yet here it is. You have this Eve. She's saying that it's not enough. Okay. Now, here it is. You have a lot of our women now. Okay. They don't like to get into the kitchen and cook. Okay. They want to order a lot of takeout. Okay. They want to, do a lot of Uber Eats and stuff like that. Okay. And get a bunch of fast food. Okay. Yeah. Now, quite naturally, if you're doing stuff like that, you'll run through $300 easily. Okay. But if you go to the grocery store and buy some groceries, okay, and get into the kitchen and start cooking, okay, $300, I mean, it's a sufficient amount of money to feed 3 children for that week. Okay. But here it is. I mean, not one time in the video did you hear this Eve, suggest that, well, maybe I can add another $200 on to that. Okay. If the $300 is not enough money, as she was saying. Not one time did you hear her say anything about, using any of her money to add towards that $300 to help feed their children. Okay. Not one time did you hear her say that. Okay. And reason being is because she wants him to spend all of his money. Okay. She's basically being deceptive, being evil. Okay. And she's probably bitter. Okay. At him, probably because of how the relationship ended. Okay. But here it is. I mean, you heard in the video, Jake said that she left him, okay, for another man, okay? But, here it is. She's probably still bitter, about how the relationship ended, okay? And so, therefore, I'm saying, she's basically trying to take it out on him, by, basically trying to get him to spend all of his money, to probably try to keep him broke, okay? Or to try to keep him from, making any other type of moves, okay? And then you also heard the Jake say in the video that he was trying to start another family, which me personally, in this wicked society of Esau's, that's something that I would not be trying to do. Okay, especially if I already have 3 children in this wicked society of Esau's. Again, you heard this Jake what he said. He said he was trying to start another family, and me personally, that's something I would not be trying to do in this wicked society of Esau's if I already have 3 children. Okay, but here it is. He said that. And she probably didn't want to hear it. Okay, that's not what she wanted to hear. Okay, and so therefore she's probably trying to get more money out of him, to try to keep him broke. Okay, so that he won't have any other type of money so that he can't deal with another woman or something like that. Basically just trying to be, wicked, trying to be evil. Okay, and then also too, you just never know. I'm saying she could just, be trying to get more money out of him, so that, she don't have to spend any of her money. She can do whatever it is that she wants to do with her money. She can go splurge and do whatever it is she wants to do with her money. Or you heard him, he said that she left him for another man. She could be trying to take his money and basically be trying to do other things with that other man that she's dealing with. You just never know. Because, like I say, a lot of these women, they wicked as all outdoors. Okay? And so, with that being said, men of Israel, if you don't have any children in this society, this wicked society of Esau's, you're actually in a good place. Okay, because here it is, this devil Esau, he'll use the children, to try to oppress you. Okay, and here it is, even a lot of our women, okay, Eve, okay, they'll use the children to try to oppress you. Okay, here it is. That's what this woman, she's doing right now. Okay, she's trying to get more money. She's using the children to try to get more money out of this Jake right here. Okay, and here it is. I've seen in many cases that where women will try to use the children to try to oppress Jake or to try to have their way with Jake. Here it is. In many cases, if women, a lot of our women, when they get mad at Jake or they in their feelings, they'll use the children, okay, to try to get their way. Here it is. If they mad at Jake about something, they'll try to keep Jake from seeing the children, okay? And then if the woman is the primary, if the children are primarily staying with that woman, and if she's mad at that Jake about something, she'll speak bad and talk down, about that Jake in front of the children, okay? And then basically, basically feeding, those children, basically poisoning the children. That's what she's doing, okay? And as a result of her speaking bad, okay, about that Jake in front of the children, in many cases, it creates a bad relationship, between that Jake and the children. I've seen, a lot of our women do stuff like this. It happens all the time, okay? But a lot of our women, they'll do stuff like this. They'll use those children to try to get leverage on you, okay? They'll use the children to try to rule over Jake in many cases, okay? To try to have their way with Jake. They'll use children. They'll even use sex, okay, to try to have their way with Jake, And, as a result, you have a lot of Jakes now. They're no longer wanting to deal with, Eve anymore. Mainly the so-called black women. You have a lot of Jakes now. They're either, dealing with the Northern Kingdom tribes, or they even, getting passports and going overseas and dealing with women overseas, or even dealing with women of other nations, because, just over here in Babylon the Great, the majority of our women over here, mainly the so-called black women, they're just, they basically have become our enemies. The majority of them have. And, you just have to stand on the truth and call it like it is. And I'm not doing this lesson to bash all of our women, because we have some of our women, they have come back, and they're trying to do right. But the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great, mainly the so-called black women, they're just wicked as all outdoors, and they have become our enemies, and just throughout my experience of just dealing with, Eve, mainly of the Southern Kingdom tribes, here it is. Just throughout my experience, I've just seen how a lot of our Southern Kingdom women, they're very rebellious, a lot of times, they're very unapproachable. If you try to approach them, they'll cop an attitude with you. A lot of times they have a very aggressive, manly spirit about them, not feminine at all. They rebellious. They want to challenge you on everything, want to try to rule over on you. They always got to try to have the last word. Okay. But then yet here it is. They can go on these jobs. Okay. And whenever the so-called white man tells them to do something, they like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. They don't give him no fuss. They all smile and, from ear to ear, and, when they dealing with him. But then yet here it is. They can come home. Okay. And deal with that Jake. Okay. That's helping them hold that house down and helping them to raise those children, and then here it is. They'll give him a bunch of attitude, give him a bunch of lip, basically want to challenge him on everything, want to be rebellious towards him on everything. Okay. And then when they can't get their way, they want to, either use children, okay, to try to come against that Jake, or they either want to try to use sex, okay, to try to, to get their way with that Jake. Like I say, the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great, they're just wicked as all outdoors. And the majority of our women, and I'm talking about the women of the nation of Israel, again, who are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those that are of the speckled bird who look like these other nations, but you go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on your father's side. The majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great, mainly the so-called black women, they have really become our enemies on this side, But again, we do have some of our women. I'm not doing this lesson to bash all of our women. We do have some of our women that have come back and they're trying to do right. But the majority of our women, they're just too far gone over here. And this is why Jacob's trouble is necessary, okay? And this is why the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great are going to be destroyed, okay? You know, just only a small remnant, okay, is going to be spared, okay? Only a small remnant is, is going to be delivered, before the ultimate destruction comes to Babylon the Great. And so, I saw this video and I just thought that I would do a quick lesson on it. I'm going to go ahead and bring out a couple of scriptures and then we'll end the lesson. Okay, the first scripture I want to go to is in the book of Proverbs, and this is chapter 31, and this is verse 3. And it reads, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroy kings." Okay, and see, with that being said, men of Israel, don't let some woman beat you out of all your money. Okay, don't be a fool, okay, and give a woman all of your money, okay? Because here it is, giving a woman all your money is basically giving your strength over to that woman. Because, money is a tool, that's needed to function in this society. And without money, you can't survive in this society, okay? Now, here it is. I mean, you take care of your responsibilities. You take care of your family, of course. But to just sit there and give a woman all your money, that's not using wisdom. That's not being wise at all, okay? Because the majority of these women over here, they're wicked as hell. And it's no telling what they're subject to do with the money, okay? You'll have some women, they'll be just as wicked. They'll be wicked as all outdoors, and they'll take that money and they'll spend it with another dude, okay? Or they'll take the money and spend it on other things, that they want, okay? But not, things that's needed, okay, for the children or things that's needed for the home, okay? Here it is. I knew this guy back in the day. I actually knew a couple of guys like this, and they were just straight up simps, and you just got to call it like it is. But this one guy that I knew in particular, he would get paid every week, okay? And what he would do is he would take his entire check and he would hand it over to his woman. And then here it is, as a result of him doing that, he would be left penniless. He wouldn't have a penny or a nickel to his name, okay? And here it is, he would be out here begging other people for money, okay? After he done sit there and gave his woman all of his money, okay? He couldn't get himself anything. If he wanted a 2-piece chicken meal, from the gas station, he couldn't get that, okay? And then he would try to make people feel sorry for him, so that they would give him money, But again, this dude, he would get paid every week, okay? And as soon as he get paid, he would hand his entire check over to his woman, And that right there is just a straight up simp mentality. Because what he was doing was he was basically giving his strength over to his woman, okay? Because she was controlling all of his money. And then here it is, she would take the money and spend it on herself, okay, and wouldn't do anything for him, And this woman in this video right here that I shared in the beginning, that $300 that this Jake had given her for that week to buy groceries for their children, that was adequate enough money. That was enough money, for that week, to provide groceries for those children. But she wanted more. Okay, and not one time did you hear her say anything about saying, well, maybe I can add a 100 or maybe 200 onto that, if it wasn't enough money, as she said, okay? But it was enough money for the week, but she was just basically being deceptive, okay? And just being ungrateful, okay? And just basically being evil and wicked and trying to get more money out of him, probably trying to break him, okay? Probably trying to keep him miserable, probably trying to keep it to where he can't, deal with another woman because he doesn't have any money, That's how a lot of these women do. Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, and this is chapter 7, and this is verse 25 that I want to start in. And it reads, "I applied my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness." Verse 26, it says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her." Okay, and see, most of our women over here in Babylon the Great have become very bitter, okay? Here it is, you have many of our women, they like to sleep around with multiple men. They like to take a ride on the cock carousel. And see, no woman supposed to be, sleeping around with multiple men. But you have a lot of our women, they do that though, okay? Here it is, you have a lot of our women, They half dressed. Okay, here it is. A lot of our women, they want to take to social media all half dressed. Okay, acting all promiscuous. Okay, all on social media, twerking and whatnot. Okay, getting these BBLs. Okay, and wearing these skimpy clothing and then trying to twerk. Okay, trying to seek attention, but it's the wrong attention. Okay, because no real man, is going to take a woman seriously that's all half dressed, okay, with these BBLs, okay, and all on social media twerking and whatnot. No real man is going to take a woman like that seriously, okay? He may deal with her just to clap some cheeks, but that's about it. That's about it. And see, here it is. A lot of our women, they have really nasty attitudes. A lot of them are very unapproachable. Here it is. They get attitudes whenever you try to correct them. They're never at fault. Here it is. Men of our women, they don't want to accept any type of accountability. They always have to have the last word in. Men of our women, they're very rebellious. They want to challenge the Israelite man on everything. But then yet here it is. They can go to the job, and when they deal with the so-called white man, here it is. They're smiling from ear to ear, saying yes sir, yes sir. They don't challenge him. But yet here it is. When they get home, they want to challenge the so-called black man on everything. Okay. And see, here it is. A lot of our women, they don't want to cook. They don't want to clean up, And see, you see these bad habits that I mentioned in men of our women, and mainly you see it, in the so-called black woman, okay? And I'm not saying all black women are like that, but the majority of them over here in Babylon the Great are, okay? And then see, and this is why, a lot of men, are not dealing with the so-called black woman, okay? And even though, some of these jakes that, may not want to deal with the so-called, black woman anymore, they may have black mothers. But, that right there, that too may be some of the reasons as to why, a lot of these men don't want to deal, with the so-called black woman. Because it's no telling what that Jake had to see, or deal with while growing up in the home, with that mother, that so-called black woman, He probably saw that, that so-called black woman disrespect, the husband, basically trying to rule over the husband, okay? Here it is. I grew up in the home with, both of my parents, okay? And both of my parents were, so-called black, and there were times, that I remember, seeing my mom actually disrespecting my dad. I've seen that, okay? And I'm pretty sure other Jakes can say the same, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, this is verse 26 again. It says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Okay, and see, with that being said, men of Israel, this is why we stress repentance. This is why you have to fear the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Because, because the Most High can pair you up. If you out here being wicked, the Most High can pair you up with a bitter, a bitter woman, that can make your life miserable as hell. Okay. And that woman, I'm saying she can make your life so miserable, she can actually send you to an insane asylum, or send you to an early grave. Okay. Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, and this is chapter 42, and this is verse 13. And it reads, for from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. Okay, and see, this Eve that was in the video, this was wickedness coming from her. Okay, because here it is, this Eve, she was very unappreciative, and she was being deceptive, and she was being evil. Because again, $300 is enough money for groceries, to feed 3 children for the week. That's enough money, but she just wanted to get more money out of this Jake. Again, probably trying to break this Jake financially, and probably trying to break his spirits, probably trying to, hurt his feelings, probably trying to make him feel miserable and whatnot, she more than likely, doesn't want to see him happy, okay? Because here it is, they're not together anymore, okay? And then here it is, he's, and even though she's dealing with another man, but she still probably don't want to see him happy, okay? And she probably don't want to see him dealing with another woman, But again, according to the video, the Jake said that she left him for another man. But still, I mean, here it is. I mean, a lot of these women, they just wicked as hell. They can leave you for another man, but they still don't want to see you happy. But that just goes to show you how wicked a lot of these women are. And this is why you got to be very careful when you're dealing with these women. And again, men of Israel, if you don't have any children in this wicked society of Esau's, you're actually in a good place, because here it is. I mean, these women, they'll use these children, to try to get their way with you. And here it is. I mean, I'm saying I've seen to where, women, they'll even turn the children against the man. Here it is. I mean, they'll be bad mouthing the man in front of the children, and children, they'll pick up on that, and then here it is. I mean, I'm saying as a result of that, those children, they'll come back. I mean, I'm saying with the, basically disrespecting the man, and it creates friction, I've seen that happen. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 42, and this is verse 13 again. And it reads, "For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness." And as I was saying, this Eve in the video more than likely wants this Jake to spend all of his money on their children while she keeps hers and does whatever she wants to do with hers. And that right there is just wicked as hell. Okay, that's wicked and evil as hell. Okay, and this is what you get from a lot of these Eves. Okay, and really all of these women over here in Babylon the Great, even the women of the other nations over here in Babylon the Great are wicked in some form or fashion, because, most of them have taken on the wicked philosophies that's pushed out over here in Babylon the Great. But again, the so-called black woman over here is pretty much the worst of them all when it comes to wickedness. And you just have to stand on the truth and call it like it is. Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, and this is chapter 25, and this is verse 13. And it reads, "Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman." Okay, and see, a plague of the heart, means a plague of the mind. Okay, and the plague of the mind means, basically a plague of the mind, can have you all bugged out. It can have you, a plague of the mind can have you hearing all types of voices and whatnot. Here it is. I mean, being plagued with the mind can even, have you in a mental institution. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 13 again, it says, "Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman." Okay, and see, with that being said, a wicked woman can drive you crazy, if you're not strong. A wicked woman can make you feel sick and tired. A wicked woman can keep you miserable. Okay, a wicked woman can even get you locked up. Okay, a wicked woman can even send you to an early grave. Okay. And so with that being said, men of Israel, this is why you got to be very careful, when you're dealing with these women out here, okay? And again, this is why we stress repentance, okay? This is why you got to fear the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Because, I mean, I'm saying, if you out here being wicked, the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua can pair you up with a wicked woman, okay? And that wicked woman can drive you mad, okay? That wicked woman can send you to an early grave. Okay, I want to stay in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 25, and I want to drop down to verse 16. And it reads, "I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman." Okay, and see, a lion and a dragon are two ferocious animals, okay, that can really mess you up, okay? They can really do some serious damage to you. They can even send you back to the spirit world, okay? And so, in other words, it's better to die than to keep house with a wicked woman. Because a wicked woman can possibly, drive you mad. Okay, a wicked woman, in a lot of cases can make you, want to go to an early grave. Okay, I got one more scripture I'm going to bring out, and then we're going to end the lesson. And this is in the book of Micah, and this is chapter 7, and this is verse 10. And it reads, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets." Okay, and see, here it is. Many of our women, they say that they believe in the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, but in actuality, they don't. Okay, because if they did, they would get in order. Okay, if they did fear the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, they would be in order. They wouldn't be out here, acting all wicked and rebellious and whatnot. Okay, being all rebellious against, the Israelite man and using children, in this wicked system that Esau has set up, to basically try to have their way, with Jake and to try to basically rule over the man. Okay. You have a lot of these women out here that are doing that. A lot of our women that are doing that. Okay. But yet here it is. I mean, they say that they fear the Lord, but in actuality, they don't. Because if they did fear the Lord, they wouldn't be out here acting wicked like that. Okay. Like I say, I mean, I'm saying these women that are doing these things, they don't fear the Lord, but they will fear the Lord very soon. Okay. They're going to very soon. They're going to fear the Lord very soon. Okay. Because here it is. Jacob's trouble is knocking at the door. Okay. And, all hell is getting ready to break loose very soon over here in Babylon the Great. Okay. And, these wicked Eves, that, don't want to get in order, shame and fear is going to cover them very soon. These wicked Eves, they're going to be destroyed over here in Babylon the Great. They're going to fall over here in Babylon the Great. They're going to be trodden down over here, okay, because of the wickedness that they're partaking in, And seeing with that being said, I mean, I'm not doing this lesson, as I was saying earlier, to bash all of our women, because we have some of our women, they have come back and they're trying to do right. But with that being said, only the elect lady is going to be delivered, before that ultimate destruction comes to Babylon the Great. Only the elect man, lady, and children are going to have that hedge of protection over them and will be delivered out of Babylon the Great before that ultimate destruction comes to Babylon the Great, which is going to come from those thermonuclear missiles. Okay. And see that elect, that's going to be a small remnant. Okay. And so, I saw this lesson. I just thought Salaki, I saw this video and I just thought that I would do a quick lesson on it. I'm going to go ahead and end off here. I hope it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Kwam Yasharal and Abba Baba. Shalom.